Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ballchat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat Podcast, the show where we review some of the week's major news in the world of football. Brand new season, brand new show. My name is Benton, along with the family. Junior, engineer, how you stay, family? Move over to your right, to my right, family, so the people can see that, block that brother face out. That stressful brother. No, you're right.
Is that better now?
How are you doing?
Well, I'm good enough. I almost had to apologize to the Liverpool fans today, but thankfully, Liverpool is Liverpool.
Liverpool is Liverpool. We'll get to that in a few minutes. I figure you have much more to say on that topic regarding Chelsea and Liverpool game. Football family, we have a jam-packed show, first show of the season. We picked up a lot of subscribers during the recent watch-along, so big up to all those new subscribers, returning subscribers, welcome. If you're stopping by for the first time, the show is all about fun. It's all about reviewing some of the week's major news. We're not going to touch everything. We have divided the show in a few different segments. At the top of the show, we'll start off with ballers and bugs. Ballers being the impressive players. You can give us your baller, you can give us your bug, and the reason why. We have our ballers and we have our bugs lined up. Then we're going to segue to the body of the show, the main part of the show, or the meat of the show, as the Bridget would have said. Essentially, we're going to focus on the EPL, beginning weekend of the EPL, look at some of the games, the results, and the FIFA Women's World Cup. Take a look at semi-final action coming up in the Women's FIFA World Cup. And we'll wrap up with transfer news, a little bit of transfer news as transfer window is still open. So we'll discuss transfer news, some major news breaking as always. And we'll wrap up with yard ballers. I don't know if we have any yard ballers report today, but in any event, ballers of the week, family. Who do you have?
Yo, every year at this time, remember, every year at this time, I always it's too early for start talking about ballers. And for me personally, it especially for bugs. But for baller, I forgot we can only go off for the recent games, right? And the big game today was Liverpool versus Chelsea. I think Enzo had a great game. I really think Enzo was up with playing like a baller today. Apart from that, I love club football. But just I get Enzo the highlight because of where he came from last year with Chelsea and how Chelsea played and how Chelsea started this season. The Women's World Cup has been a beautiful event, especially seeing that it's playing on the opposite side of the clock. We're not even complaining about, say I'll be an idiot game I play and blame. It's some good football playing in the Women's World Cup. So I get all of the women, the female ballers, them baller at the year, baller of the month, baller of the week. I give one of that. I get Ten Hag baller of the week too, because Ten Hag has done the impossible. We have moved on for Harry Maguire, hopefully.
But the transfer is up.
I said hopefully.
The transfer has wrapped up.
I said hopefully. I moved on from Fred.
I thought that's what you were going to say. We've moved on for Fred, so ball of the week. But, big up to BM. BM says, greetings, Ballchat. Still mourning the elimination of the ladies, a.k.a. the Reggae Girls. But hopefully better days are days ahead, definitely. BM bug of the week. He's not even baller. Him just get right in bug. Him in a bug season. Bug of the week is Leon Bailey and the entire Aston Villa setup. We'll get to Leon Bailey and Aston Villa and the butter brews that they picked up, aka for the non-Jamaican listeners, the beating that they pick up against Newcastle. Ballers for me, ballers of the week, family. Ballers and bug segment, ballers. If you have ballers, send them on. Enzo Fernandez Jr. already highlighted this youth. Excellent player. That is what you want a $100 million player to look like. Stand out. Mudryk, you could learn a thing or two. This is what a $100 million player should do. Stand out. Outstanding display in that midfield from one Mr. Enzo Fernandez. Ball of the week. Ball of the week to the Matildas and the magnificent Mary Fowler. Australian ladies team into the semifinals of the Women's World Cup. I did not have this on the bingo card for Australia's women's team to make it to the semifinals. And you know what? You know what, Junior? They could win this entire thing. They could win this entire thing as they get ready to play the Lioness of England. I know Junior won't like that, but we'll discuss that later on. But ball of the week to the magnificent Mary Fowler and the Matildas. Excellent victory over the big bad France. How can we not give a ball of the week to Danny Olmo, brother? How can we not give a ball of the week to Danny Olmo for what he did to Delete and Mr. Kimmich on that second goal in DFL Super Cup game in German football? How can we not give that youth ball of the week? Yo, Delete locking up his leg, closing his legs, trying to prevent the nutmeg, and almost said, you know what, close your legs, I will go around you. Walk between the two of them and put it in the back of the net. Ball of the week to Danny Olmo. Excellent goal, brother. Reggie says, heal. Big up, Reggie. Baller, heal, Ballchat. Welcome back. Ballers of the week. Saka. Excellent goal. Isak. Yo, Alexander Isak is a general. If they can keep him healthy, this youth is a general. Ball of the week. Reggie's giving him, and Saka scored a beautiful goal. Reggie's also giving a ball of the week to the Matildas for making it to the World Cup semi-finals. And of course, I gave the Matildas, don't copy my ballers, you know. Reggie, and honorable mention to Brighton for making all the cash. How can you not give a ball of the week, Junior, to Brighton for running a scammer scheme?
No.
Signing players for 5 million and sending them for 110.
My honorable mention is going to be Casino. And it's Casino Brass, because they have sat down and waited and have the Casino sweepstakes game today, right?
Yes.
So Liverpool versus Chelsea, both of them are in essence in a tug of war for Casino. Now Casino don't sit down there and say, well, Liverpool, your midfield look horrible to the still, so if you need me, you have to go up the money. Chelsea, your midfield took a while to get going, and Salah broke up on the right wing. So if you need me, you have to go up the money. I mean, that to me is baller after transfer window move.
And Jeremy and Samuels, big up himself. Tonali played well. Yes, Tonali's. Sandro Tonali. We'll get to the Newcastle game. And I also want to highlight our new images in the Ballers and Bugs segment. We replace Khadija Bonisha, go and go sit down, and Jamaica's leading goal scorer at the Women's World Cup, Alison Swaby. Come on down. Get some ball. Yo, so Bonisha go and go with a corner over there, so you might be leading goal scorer for Jamaica all time for men and women. But right, that's how we replace you with Alison Swaby, leading goal scorer for the women, Jamaican women's team at the World Cup.
Those are the views of Benton and that Ballchat.
Actually, Jamaican all-time leading goal scorer at the Women's World Cup. So Alison Swaby, big up yourself, baller. See, she up. And we also want to highlight that. We also want to highlight that we replace Sam Kerr on the image board with the magnificent Linda Castado. I mean, 18 years old, ovarian cancer survivor. Generational talent. I'm not saying anymore. All right, Bugs of the Week, family. And don't bring up Bunny Show.
No. I'll leave Bunny Show to you and our people.
But you agree with the sentiment of moving?
Yeah, Benton. I am going to go through a whole year of controversial statements. I will leave that one to you. You don't have to worry about your country. We'll leave you alone. I thought you were controversial. I thought you were that.
You agree with the move because it's not my doing it, it's management. Management say, yo, take out Bunny Shaw and put Alison Swaby on the ball.
Big up Bud. That's all I'm going to say. Big up Bud.
Alison Swaby, Jamaica's leading goal scorer at the Women's World Cup. All right, Bugs of the Week, family. Unimpressive play.
All right, so Bugs of the Week, it's hard. Like I was saying, it's the first game of the season. You can't really start classing the youth as a bug because a lot of teams haven't settled yet, right? But we can class up some moves. You see, Hurricane are probably the most saltiest footballer in the world. The man move from Bayern, and you think, hey, even though Hurricane ready for hug up the trophy and, my first trophy, this and that. Hey, man, they run up in a piece of beating for RB like, boy, it's a bad omen. So Hurricane, you are here, look, and leave the and this crap transfer and don't leave the airport yet. So you bet Bayern have to go post squeeze or some more money and still get beat up Bug of the Week. Kylian Mbappe. You see this foolishness going on with Mbappe. I want to talk about it, probably. Hopefully we get to talk about it. And Mbappe now, for all those who didn't hear, and just get a little sneak peek, Mbappe must come out now and promise that he's not going to leave PSG for free. How the hell you going to not leave PSG for free next summer, Mbappe? A fool you take people from. And you know who is the biggest fool? PSG. We sat here on this show when PSG brought in Messi for free. And the PSG brass was laughing at the football world about how them can bring the greatest footballer ever into their camp for free. And they laughed at Barcelona at the time. I remember we sit on here and we said, who laugh last, laugh best. Trust me, Barcelona will be laughing not too hard because Barcelona have to deal with Mbappe year in, year out. But PSG brought in the curry goat after him Holland Kev do nothing else again. And him not do nothing at PSG for free. But they are going to lose probably the next goat for free. In his prime, Mbappe not even reaching prime yet. So this whole cascade of PSG, Bug of the Week. And another, my last Bug of the Week. But like Chelsea, but telling you this, Chelsea going to have a good year. But word came out today that Chelsea have report themselves for doing some nefarious transfers. Now we sit down and see Chelsea playing money football and playing monopoly in a football, and we assess something in a something. And this is where it comes down. Bug of the Week, man.
Yeah, but I mean, if they didn't, all right, you know what? And to clarify the self-reports regarding the EPL, right? They had some findings about. I'm not gonna say cooking the books, but there are some issues around accounting practices regarding Chelsea Football Club. The previous owner, new management, junior, new owner, right? So, and a Sunday dinner time still, and I don't really like the expression of curry goat. Like you alluded to Messi as a curry goat at PSG. That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful.
Better. I apologize because you're right. Sunday dinner, curry goat at the best time. People at PSG can't feel him at the best time. You know what Messi come in like? Messi come in like manish water when it have no pepper in it and it cold. And you know we're going to bottom of the manish water at PSG. Messi at PSG is like manish water and it cold. And a beer bone near the bottom of the pot. And that's how you reach. No banana, no dumpling, no tripe, and a beer bone for the skull. And it cold like ice. That's Messi at PSG. So I apologize. Not correct one. Manish water. Neymar get Bug of the Week to 15 foolishness. But go on again.
And football for the non-Jamaican listeners and the non-Jamaican Caribbean food understanding. Because we pick up a lot of subscribers recently, so we have to explain. You see,
I apologize.
Ballchat will turn into a football show and a part of a Jamaican lingua show. Manish water, goat soup, with a whole heap of goat things in it. All right. Bugs of the week. Speaking of Messi. Yo, the defense that is being played against Messi in this League Cup that is going on here in the US is atrocious. Atrocious. Yo, Messi has scored in every single game in this stinking competition. How is Messi so free? And then this little idiot Marvel celebration the other night, Simado, Spider-Man, yo, bug of the week for the defenders in this League Cup. FC Dallas defenders, how you up 3-1? And you, bugs of the week. You have some carry feelings, bug them here, but I cannot believe, I understand we need to protect Messi and he's the prize investment and he's bringing eyes to the league, and any player that rough up Messi is probably going to find a way out the league, right? But at the end of the day, man, you can't not big man. You can't make Messi just a walk around and just leave him, so. So
Benton, would you slide tackle the curry goat?
Jeopardize your money?
Yeah.
After me collect me check. Can me not make him embarrass me?
But Messi not really embarrass nobody still.
No man, I see him push down a defender one night, defender almost dead, broke him neck. I mean, since when Messi turned gangster. All right, ballers and bugs. Bugs again, our bug. Lynette Berenstein, come on down. Striker for Netherlands, the no at home Netherlands team that's on the couch with the U.S. women's team. Lynette Berenstein before the pre-match, before the quarterfinal game against Spain, she run off her mouth, aka said, when she heard that Team USA is out, she just said, yes, bye. Yo, focus on your game. Why you never score the goals against Spain, Lynette? So Lynette gets a bug of the week. US is a standard bearer in this women's football team. Don't diss the general. Run off your mouth and you can't even win a trophy. So Lynette Berenstein, who missed quite a few chances in the game against Spain, picks up a bug of the week. Julia, those are my bugs of the week in our family. We're going to keep it moving. BM says bug of the week goes to Lauren Donaldson. He made some poor decisions which cost us the game against Colombia. You know, I was going to give Lauren a bug, but I'm a brethren. I'm going to make him go on easy because Jamaica overachieved. If we look back at our predictions coming to this tournament, I think 98% of us had Jamaica going, including myself, had Jamaica going out to the first round. So I will not give Lauren a bug of the week. We'll wait till the Canada series, then we'll deal with any sort of bad decision. Jamaica getting ready to play Canada in home and away for a chance to go to the Olympics coming up in September. All right, football roundup. Let's get to the EPL family and start right there instead of, and then we'll get to the Women's World Cup afterwards. Junior, the pick of the games this weekend is probably the Aston Villa versus Newcastle, but
pick of the games.
Chelsea versus Liverpool game. Your big takeaway is early warm, but your big takeaway from that game, family.
My big takeaway is Chelsea is still a work in progress, and Liverpool is Liverpool. And both comments are said in high regard and with the highest of respect. Liverpool is still Liverpool. They are going to compete this year. Now, I don't think Liverpool. I don't pick them to finish in the top 6, but I'm going to maintain it. you can't start Jota over Darwin Núñez until you finish top 6. You can't have when you look at the bench, when you look at Liverpool bench, and when they had to make substitutions, I bear look at Pitney come on. I bear stimulate me say I walk on the field. Them man therefore grow up fast, right? If they get Caicedo, then yes, they will get bumped up a little more. That's what I see from Liverpool. From Chelsea, though, what I see from Chelsea is I see a team that is playing expansive football. I see a team that wants to assert themselves in a game physically more than they did last year. I see a team that is going to challenge at the end of the season. Now, how long do they take to come together? How long do they take to farm what they can be at the end will determine how much of a title challenge them will put. But the quicker they come together, I really think Chelsea going to challenge this year. Chelsea, in my opinion, Chelsea bar Liverpool off the field to them. Now, Salah and Salah mostly. Gakpo was insignificant for the most part. Luis Diaz was insignificant other than scoring the goal. But Salah showed the weakness in Chelsea's 3-5-2 formation. If you have a right winger and Chilwell is starting as a left winger, you are going to get happy days against them. No, Pochettino is smart enough to make the adjustments that is needed. But I can't see them playing 3-5-2 the whole season. Can't see it.
I mean, kudos to Chelsea. Kudos to Chelsea. This is definitely an improved performance over what we saw last year. And, you know, one thing is abundantly clear, this team. And big up to Geraldo Hienes. Geraldo Hienes says ballers equal Arsenal and City. Bug equals Bayern Munich. Kudos to Chelsea. I think Pochettino came in and definitely implemented some stability in this setup. I mean, and some confidence and some organizational structure in the way they play. Nicholas Jackson looked like a promising striker. I mean, probably should have had a goal, but we're not going to really criticize him too tough. We don't know this team has talent. I mean, because you can't spend these sort of money and these are not talented players. So now we know that it's just like you said, it's time. Let's see how Pochettino going to deal with it. And it's just basic common sense. You bench man like Cucurella, start players who are effective. It's just, you know, I thought Carney, Chawaquez, Mecca or whatever, I can't pronounce his last name, was very good in midfield. Enzo Fernandez was also very good, of course. They have to figure out what to do with Conor Gallagher. But Chelsea have players. I mean, like I said, it's just time. It's just time. As for Liverpool, they need to go get another midfielder. And this is why there is this big pursuit to get Caicedo. Caicedo, according to reports, agreed a deal with Chelsea from May. And he decided to join Chelsea. Now it's down to Brighton and Chelsea to make a deal. If it's not Caicedo, they need somebody. Because you cannot have Gakpo playing midfield. You cannot have that. And it was a bit surprising to me that you have Curtis Jones on the bench, who's been somewhat of an effective midfielder for you. You went with Szoboszlai and McAllister. I expected Curtis Jones to start this football game. But, you know, a big year for Liverpool. Big year for Liverpool and this outfit. Need another midfielders, or maybe another midfielder or two midfielders in this transfer window. Now, interestingly, you think does any of these teams come away more happier for you, Junior? I mean, last time Chelsea won a game at home was in March of this year.
Yeah, but you see, your question, happy. I can make the argument that Liverpool is more happier coming out of this round. Obviously, because they will be thinking to themselves, don't worry, Chelsea, when we get you at Anfield, we're not dead, right? Chelsea fans, I can make an argument that they earned some patience to them with Pochettino and this outfit, right? So not necessarily that Chelsea fans are happy or unhappy, but they've grown some patience and say, you know what, I like what I say to them. Because you see Chelsea play expansive attacking football. And a bounce here, a bounce there, a pull here, a pull there. Chelsea could have easily scored 2 goals, 3 goals. So Liverpool, I think, is ultimately happier that them draw away game, and Liverpool will still have work to do in the transfer market. Chelsea, I think the Chelsea fans are buoyed with the result, but are patient. They have grown some patience with Pochettino.
Yeah, Chelsea definitely have a start bench. When you look on the bench, Andres Santos, Madueke, Malo Gusto joined new, whereas Liverpool bench. It's a little bit thin. They need to figure out something fast, get some players. Junior, you saw Salah's annoyance are a bit ticked off getting sub. Any issues? Any problems here? And
yeah,
the reason why I ask is like, you're the big man, not the business. You're general, but ultimately the manager, respect.
And here a decision had to be made because yes, you started out and you were going hard, right? And Chelsea never had answers for you. But come second half, you kind of later on in the game, you start water down, and then Chilwell started to find happy days on the left wing where you weren't coming back and helping, right? So, Salah is competitive. Salah like any other footballer want to be on the field at all time, but it actually was a great decision to pull him. Apart from the offsides goal, after that. Chelsea made the necessary adjustment, switched to his side, and shut him down, right?
Yeah. Very good pass on the goal. Very good pass.
Yes.
Beautiful pass. Of course, both teams had an offside goal chopped off. So, early warm in this business. So we don't know, it's a long season, but good to see the promising side of things. Axel Desai scored, or Desassi scored for Liverpool. Luis Diaz, who I think needs to pass the ball more, but you don't know, scored for Liverpool. Other results that we're going to take a look at this weekend, of course, we have another game to wrap up the round coming up tomorrow. Manchester United play tomorrow, but other results that stood out for you, family. Newcastle, rubber stamp. Aston Villa, your thoughts? 5.
You see, the 5-1. If I'm an Aston Villa fan, you feel like the sky is falling and the buildings crumble on around it. But it's really not that bad. If you're a Newcastle fan, you feel like you're ready for compete against Man City. But that's really not the case. What happened is the game was such a high-paced game going back and forth for the whole game. It was a back and forth game. Who come out feeling some kind of way right now is probably Paul Torres. Tyrone Mings' injury, and then the bottom just drop out of the side. So Paul Torres, you now know that you don't really have that much of a honeymoon period, right? Because you come up on the side and you get both raced. Now, that goes, it's not really his fault, but when somebody look and say, what is the difference in this game? We can point to the Tyrone Mings injury and say how the game changed after that point. Because before then, it was back and forth. That's why I don't think, some people get Bailey bug of the week. I don't think Bailey had a bad game. I think Bailey ran out of gas. You even hear, I don't remember which commentator. I think it was the Arsenal one, the Arsenal wingback. He said that sometimes when you watch the modern game, he doesn't feel like playing a football game. But this game, he felt the urge to play it again because of the way how this Newcastle Aston Villa game was played. Let me just translate that to you. That is old school EPL. So Maga man run at 100 miles per hour playing high professional football. And that's what happened in the game today. And the bottom just drop out when Tyrone Mings get hurt. But Aston Villa don't feel any way. We're still out there in the running towards the end of the season for top 7, top 8. Newcastle, don't make it get to the head. But Isaac is a baller. I love the goal that he scored, the chip goal is beautiful and everything, but relax.
Yeah, Newcastle was impressive. This is what the doctor ordered, right? Exactly what the doctor ordered. Outstanding year last year after the investments from the new ownership. Qualified for Champions League, finishing 4th last year. Went out in the transfer market, made some pickup with Tonali and when you have a man like Harvey Barnes, who was a regular starter in this league, coming off the bench for you, Colin Wilson. If healthy, this team could make some noise. And of course, this is another thing about pushing a step further, right? Last year you finished 4th. You probably surprised a lot of folks. But now it's another year with this group for this coach, right? Eddie Howe and company and coaching staff. And they brought in people that can supplement what they're doing. Leon Bailey spent a lot of that first half tracking back and trying to cover Anthony Gordon. And we know Anthony Gordon is a live wire PSC player from Everton. Miguel Almiron on the other side. Like you say, you don't want to read too much into what Newcastle did this weekend, but you have to play the games in front of you, and then when you get a side to fix up, what a way to start it. So just balance. Bruno Guimaraes in that midfield, excellent ball game. So let's see how Newcastle go about it, but I'm going to be paying more attention to this team. Very, very impressive start to the season. As for Aston Villa family, it's a little bit disappointing that Bailey got subbed at half. I think no players feel good to get subbed at half unless the person is injured. He changed things up, tried to go 4-4-2. I thought he brought in a couple midfielders and tried to help things out, and it didn't make any difference. Big year for Leon Bailey, but Aston Villa will be fine. I mean, they have to try to figure out something to address that injury. Mins' injury is going to be a big miss. Word is that they're trying to bring in other players in to help. So we will see what happens. Young Kamara at the base of that midfield is going to be closely watched. We saw last year how he was not very stable, not very comfortable. They have Yuri Tillemans now to help. I'm a bit surprised that he didn't start yesterday's football game. So early warm indeed. Other results that stood out for your family. Other results that stood out for you. Tottenham.
Everton.
Yeah.
Everton Fulham game. And big up Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid score is if we can score the easy goal for Fulham and miss the easy goal for Jamaica. We see Bobby Reid miss a similar chance against Costa Rica, right?
Yeah, I can't even remember, but yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but that was a surprise to me. I think that was a true litmus test for Everton. Everton skirted with relegation last year, messed around, and Sean Dyche came in and steadied the ship. And now you get a chance to start anew and to send a message to the league. Fulham was one of those upstart teams last year, and they had a good year last year, and you wet the bed. I mean, to me, that is an eye-opener. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest to me was also an eye-opener as well. BM said Bobby Reid is a mystery. But is that a mystery in a BM? Bobby Reid just play hard for who pay him more. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. They're telling you, I don't think Arsenal will challenge this year for the title. What You, Benton, what is your opinion of Arsenal Nottingham Forest game?
I mean, the first fundamental thing is that you win the football game. You know, Arsenal, I think, checked that box. We saw when it was the opening day when Brentford ran them off the field, right? A couple years back. Was it the previous season, right? Or two seasons back, right? So last year, and this year, after leading the league for so long, and then subsequently going in the transfer market, picking up big money, Declan Rice. We don't know if Declan Rice is going to translate into what they hope, but good luck to them. Man called Kai Havertz. I know people love the Kai Havertz FC. I wouldn't make that transfer. I think for Arsenal, the first thing is check that box. Win that football game, and that's what they did. I probably would have hoped for a Newcastle-type performance at home against Nottingham Forest for a team that, a championship we have said this year, because enough people pick Arsenal for winning, and then the transfer window movements. So I would have liked to see a Newcastle-type performance from Arsenal where they just butter bruise, aka beat up Nottingham Forest and ran them off the field. But just, maybe it's just a different Arsenal where they now get ahead of themselves and they check the first box. That was the most important thing. Brighton defeated Luton 4-1. Brighton just keep chugging along. Your Bertin De Zerbi said that, look, I already forget about Casado. What a man a move like side girl, brother.
No, well, but that's
isn't there a world where we can just really appreciate people for what they've done for us, aka Casado, De Zerbi, and said, the man have other aspirations. Let's move on. I wish him all the best. The man at the pre-game press conference for Luton, he was salty, like him to expect nobody to leave him.
Well, and that might speak because you lose a keeper, you will lose Casado. Who else? Your big baller right now that everybody, what name again? Everybody have out for breakout here this year. Like a short youth. He might be the next one. He might be the next one out.
Evan Ferguson. Yeah, I mean, they have talent.
Yeah, but you have to stop the leaking. I mean, Southampton didn't stop the leaking from it started from probably Mane, or probably even before Mane. But Mane to me signal that we are for sale with Southampton. Brighton is that we are for sale. Brighton is Chelsea B team right now, right? And you have to stop the bleeding. I mean, you have to send a message to your locker room that, all right, Casado gone, him out, business as usual. We're not busy about Casado. He's not a part of us. We are now together. You have to galvanize around him. It's so on bad mind, but we understand.
Yeah, but regarding to stop the bleeding, you cannot exist in a market where you are paying a player, what? 5 million for his services, and he has outgrown that contract that you have offered him, and a club is offering you 100 million. Well, maybe you should have fixed up and give him 60 million or something. I know they did redo his contract, but the man have, aka Casado, posted on Instagram, said he has 11 siblings or 10 siblings. He have people to feed. This look of $5 million salary that he was on, that low wage, was not, I mean, at the end of the day, we want to make money. You always said, the life of a footballer is not very long. And you have services that is marketable. So if Brighton want to stop the bleeding, they have to go reevaluate the salary packages, because ultimately, those talented players, when those big clubs come calling with that big paycheck, I mean, you're on a road.
Yeah.
What look on Cucurella at Chelsea today? Man, just sit down and collect him check. All right. But Brighton effective 4-1. They're doing what they do. West Ham 1-1. Interesting to watch, family. Let's see what will happen with Lucas Paqueta. Do you think Paqueta will go?
No, that is a stop the bleed moment right now. You have to stop the bleeding if you are David Moyes, even though they have a contingency where we hear they're going for what name? Southampton captain, right name?
Southampton.
James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, James Ward-Prowse, former Southampton captain. You see how we ship him off to West Ham?
Yeah, but then you also have they're saying that if Paqueta goes,
yeah,
then they're looking at Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay is a downgrade of all downgrades.
Yeah, huge downgrade.
But they are trying to style because I mean Paqueta. Brazil World Cup is next 3 years from now, but I mean you would want to play for Pep to strengthen your international portfolio, right? I mean, if Pep Guardiola come calling, why, So David Moyes better prepare for lose him either this summer, or probably in January.
So watch the space. Big up Garfield. Garfield says makes no sense keeping exceptional talent in teams that will not challenge for titles. The business of developing talents and trading them helps these clubs sustain operations and grow. So yeah, Brighton and De Zerbi need to figure out where they stand because they can't hold on to them. Cannot hold on to them.
Yeah, but Garfield, at what point though? Because it's a balance, You still have to be competitive. So you're locked out because Brighton has locked out. Brighton, for somehow they have found a generation of ballers in terms of bargaining chips. Not necessarily world beaters, but players that are very valuable at the world stage. And you have a generation of them. You ship them out. What's the guarantee that the next generation is going to be just as good? Look at what happened to Southampton. Look at what happened to Bournemouth. Look at what happened to Wolverhampton. What happened to all of these teams that became sellers at some point? So you have to balance out your thing. You can't run down the easy money right now and then you lose the long-term investment. So but I agree, but there has to be some balance.
But you adhere to them. Yeah, balance is important. You adhere to your model. All right?
Yes.
You adhere to your model. So Brighton must have heavy analytics, heavy data and scouting plans or whatever them put together to make sure that these are the players that we're going for. Stick to your blueprint. Not every ball are going to materialize, but keep at it. The statistic says that you are finding gems, and just keep them moving on. Now, when you really want to challenge for titles, you have to figure out another way. If you say, all right, we're going to start pay these gems more money if we hold on to them so we can challenge for trophy. But yeah, balance is important. I agree. Women's World Cup, family. Let's pivot to Women's World Cup before we get to some transfer news. Quarterfinals action wrapped up this week, family. Spain defeated Netherlands 2-1. Sweden defeated Japan 2-1. England defeated Colombia 2-1. And Australia defeated France 7-6 on PKs. Australia will play England on Wednesday at 6 a.m. and Spain will take on Sweden Tuesday at 4 a.m. family. Your thoughts on the quarterfinals action and what do you see coming up in these semi-final games?
The biggest surprise for me is Japan. I was hoping. No, I sat down and said there's no way Sweden going to stop Japan from scoring like they did the US, right? And I underestimated the coaching ability of the Sweden staff. I underestimated the playing ability or the IQ, the playing IQ of the Sweden team, because that team that played against America is not the same team that played against Japan. It's two different approaches, two different sides. They played against America, bunker down. Against Japan, them say, look, we're bigger, stronger, faster than you, we're going to show you. Right? And Japan just couldn't handle the speed, the strength. Now they did well enough to could have even draw the game. I could have even still won, which speaks to Japan's greatness in the sport. And to me, that is the one surprise. I'm not going to say France, Australia is a surprise because Australia is a host, and France has been so wishy-washy. I mean, them draw with Jamaica 0-0, they're gonna beat up Brazil. Draw with it is against Panama for the first 30 minutes. It was a ball game, so you can't. To me, that is not that surprising. England is England. I don't know if you feel about England already, and Colombia had a great run. Big up Colombia. Big up to your 18-year-old ball and the generational talent. But England is England, man.
Yeah, England is England. Big up and ball of the week to Lacey Santos, Colombia goal scorer against England with a sumptuous trip over over that goalkeeper. I don't even know her name. I don't keep track with England players like that. We'll leave that to the English fans. Overall, a bit disappointed with Japan. I thought Coach Ikeda, just like you, played a little bit too cautiously against Sweden. Granted, Sweden didn't allow them to flex their passing muscles as they would love. There was a lot of sideways passes, and them things that don't really help. You have to go forward and do what you need to do. So credit to Sweden. I was always concerned that as they get deeper in this competition for Japan, that is that as they get deeper in this competition, how they will handle the physicality and any team that's going to be able to say, okay, we can pass it to and we can match up with you. And they wet the bed the first time when Sweden tested them on that. As for Sweden versus Spain Junior, that can go either way. I actually think that Sweden can beat Spain because of a lot of similarities between Japan and Spain. So you're going to utilize the similar playbook when you play against Spain. That is Sweden. Now, granted, if Spain coach have sense, he will watch the game and they did this to Japan, so we are going to fix it up and do something differently. And
100%.
And for England versus Australia, as long as England get eliminated, I'm good.
You have to go wait till next World Cup.
That's what I'm with. But Australia, the Matildas, the fans' support has been huge. Mary Fowler is a baller running on the shoulders of those defenders. They have this, they can do it. England, let's see. England, let's see. So, reminder listeners, a semi-final of the Women's World Cup, Tuesday, Spain versus Sweden, 4 a.m. I will be up. Australia versus England, 6 a.m. on Wednesday, big game. With the final slated for Sunday at 6 a.m. Who knows? I might gas up the machine. We might gas up the machine for the final. Who knows? All right, let's pivot and get to some transfer news because it's a silly season. And of course, we know that Harry Kane is gone and at Bayern Munich introduced, so we don't have to touch that one. You already mentioned it. Neymar Jr., word is Neymar is on his way. Our negotiations are taking place for the fancy baller to move himself to the Saudi League. Your thoughts?
You know that's it for him internationally, right?
Well, how old is
That's
Neymar
it for him internationally.
How old is Neymar now?
I don't care. That's it for him internationally. You go to the Saudi League, that's it. Your Brazil career is done. You might
gone.
Gone.
All right.
Gone. So it's like when Oscar went to China. You remember Oscar? Remember Ramirez from Chelsea? Both of them left and got a check. That was it. That was it. You can't want to be Brazilian captain. I go play a Saudi Arabia. Come on, then. But you ask how old is Neymar? I think Neymar. I want to say Neymar is 32.
And while you're looking up his, you got it.
Yeah, Neymar is 31. He's going to be 32 in February. So you know, and Jeremy and Levy said Neymar general, and you compare Neymar to Oscar. Come on, no, Jeremy, come on, no. You tell me Oscar to Neymar and tell me the difference. I will wait. Because apart from name value and apart from potential that was called early in his career, Neymar and Oscar are probably identical careers. And to me, Neymar going to Saudi Arabia at 32, 31, when you were supposed to be Ballon d'Or recipient after Messi and Ronaldo. You were supposed to get the button after Messi and Ronaldo. You realize that the button passed Neymar and Ghana, Holland, and Mbappe now. Right? To me, and this is a high regard. This is a high standard. Neymar failed as a baller.
Junior,
high standard.
BM says, Junior, I disagree. If Messi can still play for Argentina while in MLS, Neymar can still play for Brazil if he goes to Saudi League.
Hold on. Messi played for Argentina while in MLS, which is no, equals Messi testimonial after bringing the World Cup trophy back to Argentina. That's all that is. We can't prove it, but I am willing to bet you everything in our bank account, and it's a deal. You can get about 4 bag juice out of that. If Messi never win the World Cup gone, he would have announced his retirement from international football that day. And if we be playing the MLS right now, I'm 1 or 2 man in a boom. That's just the reality. So we can't compare Messi to Neymar. Neymar has not done for Brazil what Messi has done. But Neymar was supposed to be the next Messi. And it failed.
Geraldo Hien says Cucurella, Basuma, Casado, Trossard, and others total almost 300 million. They need to restructure the remaining gems that are delivering. Spain play good ball, but that defense is weak, as in the women's team. That defense is weak. Jeremy and Levy says, Junior said Brazil, Brazil, I go let him go now. Junior, Neymar is a general. Can't compare Neymar to Oscar. Come on, man. That's a bit blasphemous, dear Junior. Neymar to Oscar comparison. All right, connecting the 2 dots, because Globe, big up to the family of Globe on Twitter, our Brazil edition. There's a running theory, talk to the people down in Brazil. There's a running theory, reports from ESPN FCs that, quote, Kylian Mbappe has committed himself to PSG and promised not to leave on a free transfer when his contract ends next year. Sources told Lauren, Mr. Julian Lauren, and quote, Reginald Brazil thinks that knows that Neymar is being eased out of the way, Junior. Mr. Mbappe is willing to stay at PSG. Any thoughts on this?
I don't know. I guess. I don't think so, because if that was the case, then Mbappe would have all his power. Neymar would have never been there. So
if that was the case, what?
I don't think Neymar would have been at PSG to begin with.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean,
Mbappe's and BM says Mbappe is too much of a diva and headache. There will be no Mbappe slander here on my watch. And here's the reason why. I think this youth got a contract. He's honoring his contract. He told PSG the contract that he signed gave him the right to make a decision on his final year. That was left up to him, and he got a loyalty bonus in the contract, and that's what he's doing. He instructed PSG per the contract that he doesn't want to play, he's not re-upping, and he's going to play out his final year. Now, I understand PSG side of things. that they cannot let this talent go for free. I understand this. So, it's not a diva thing, this is a business thing. I just think both of them in a strong, well, maybe tricky position somewhat, because PSG can bench him for the year, but we saw PSG against Laurent last on Friday night, and there was nothing to really write home about. So how you going to bench the best talent that you have? So, and Mbappe was at that game. We saw him in the stands laughing with Ousmane Dembele, the new transfer. So I don't know. But there will be no Mbappe slander here on my watch. Junior.
Yeah, but you see, I think you're right. Mbappe signed his contract, or PSG offered his contract. The problem was PSG offered too short of a contract. That's the problem. So when you have these teams, and we're always, for years we've been saying we're going to have somebody come on and talk about the money of football and how the money works. I am willing to bet that if you have a team and you have a bunch of short-term contracts, you're not in a financially stable state for those years, right? If I can lock down Neymar for 5 years, 6 years, 5 years, I know I have 5 years guaranteed of shirt sales, of this and that. I know I have 5 years where I have to look to make the next deal, right? I think Neymar signed a 2-year contract or a 3-year deal.
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yeah, 2 years with an option for his 3rd year, which he's opting.
Which you opted not to. I mean, that to me, that part was crazy when there's no cap. If you had a cap where you can say, I'm offering you max contract. It's like when the NFL and the NBA them have the max deals. I'm offering you a max contract. Me know how much money me spending for the next how much years. And if Mbappe is still good, me knows that I'm paying 180 million for argument's sake per year. But if you force me to come back to the negotiation table in 2 years, then the side of me I try build, me know have to keep this in mind when we have you up for renegotiation. We have this baller for the 5-year contract up for negotiation. You have a baller next year coming up for negotiation. You're just making life more difficult for the economists and the team. And to me, it just shows how selfish Mbappe is. But the player has the right to be selfish. The team should have let him go from then. When we come and say, what, a short contract? Go on where you go. No bother with it.
Yeah, definitely understand. Football family, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. You know, I'm rounding up quick hits, family, before we go my yard, because we're pushing up against that. Oh, and no. Moises Caicedo, family. He's the deal with Moises Caicedo, as he informed Liverpool, Fabrizio Romano said that he informed Liverpool that he only wants Chelsea. He agreed to personal terms with Chelsea since May, according to Fabrizio. Junior, why isn't this deal done then? If he wants Chelsea, Liverpool offered 110 on Friday, or 111, whatever it is, million pounds. Brighton accepted that offer, and he was scheduled to do a medical. Chelsea offered 100 million, which was rejected by Brighton. If the player only wants Chelsea, why Chelsea forward with the 110 million or whatever Liverpool offer and go on your yard? Why is this deal not done yet?
The last report is Chelsea ready 115 million. So like it's about to be done. So you know what, I'm up against the clock. Arsenal, remember Arsenal was supposed to sign Caicedo. Arsenal was pole position. Arsenal, right. So to me, that is more of a head scratcher. So Chelsea, do good business and get the money in that one.
Financial fair play, Junior. We know Chelsea have a lot of transfers, has a lot of transfers with hefty contracts. We heard about 8 years for Casado deal, and I think Modric was also a very long contract. Are you concerned about the length of some of these contracts, family, to spread out this payment?
No, because with the impending sanctions that might come down, you need these long contracts.
Impending. Well,
They're
so when
coming.
them suspend you, allegedly, if they do, you will
You-
need to
it's-
have the
it's coming.
players.
Yeah, you're going to lose a year. You probably lose a transfer window, or you lose a half of a transfer window. You laugh at it and say, well, my team done stuck already. So we're good.
Yeah. And those are the views of Junior. We have no formal reports that Chelsea will be suspended.
You know it's going to happen. Them
Well,
and Man City is up.
Before we go my way out, wrapping up, family, Kepa is on his way for a loan deal to Real Madrid after Thibaut Courtois got injured. Junior, loan deal, any thoughts on that Kepa potential loan
No,
deal?
I mean, and if there's not a lot of keepers out there that's available for short-term rental in Kepa's stratosphere, right? Now, Real Madrid seem to be bit by the injury bug, so Kepa might be going into a situation because see them big defender that's gone down with a torn ACL. Militao. So good luck, Kepa. And them still need a striker. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I know people was wondering, are some people are laugh after David De Gea say, see, you can't even get the Real Madrid spot. But Real Madrid is not looking for a permanent transfer. They need a loan. Right.
Yeah,
so Kepa is perfect.
Any other transfer news that you want to touch before we go home? Who does Chelsea go to now to get a goalkeeper? Edouard Mendy's gone. Kepa is on his way on loan. Sanchez played in goal today. Sanchez probably say, I never expect to start today, brother.
Yeah, well, why not De Gea?
Well, they're here.
Well, and not only De Gea, you also have Henderson. You also have my boy from Costa Rica will go back to PSG. That Navas, even though wasn't it Poch that moved on from Navas and brought in Donnarumma? Was it before Poch?
I'm trying to remember. I know Poch didn't play him because he was loaned out while Poch was there, I think, when Poch was at PSG. The Donnarumma transfer to PSG and Keylor Navas, I think some of that decisions, just like every other decision at Chelsea, at PSG, is boardroom decision. Because there's nobody in their right mind can tell me that Donnarumma supposed to start over Keylor Navas in that team.
Right. So actually, Keylor Navas might be the better option.
All right.
Bring in a Keylor Navas.
All right. See there. All right, family. This is it. Remember, if you subscribe, we have one more game tomorrow now in the EPL. One more game tomorrow in the EPL. We're just going to pull that one up and let Junior have his say on that game quickly.
No, real quick, we will see what tomorrow. Wolves is a wounded animal. Manchester United should be feeling good and should want to. They should want to express themselves positively tomorrow, but be careful. Wolves is a wounded animal. Lopetegui gone. We have a new coach. Everybody's saying, everybody of them granny expect Manu to run them off of the field. Look out for that game. Could be a tricky game.
Man United versus Wolves tomorrow, 3 p.m. Big up to Real Madrid and Jude Bellingham. Impressive display. It looked like paying 100 or whatever for Real Madrid, for Jude Bellingham is good bargain, Junior. Very good bargain when you saw what he did and the amount of money a man like Casado going for. So.
Yep. But Chouameni
Yeah.
might be on his way to Manchester United if them can get rid of McTominay.
Why would Real Madrid want to do that?
They have Jude Bellingham, they have Camavinga, and they have the next little Spanish youth.
Valverde.
Right. Plus them have for real funds to get a striker.
Yeah. Word is that they when well, I hate to see it happen. Just hold out and just go with Hustle this year and get Mbappe for free next year. Just hold out. Keep your players, and they just re-up Modric and Cruz. So, they can't just dash them away. So, all right. Football family, connect with us on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. We're on Facebook at Ballchat. Yo, EPL is back. Women's World Cup semifinal on Tuesday, 4 a.m. Sweden versus Spain. Wednesday, 6 a.m. Australia versus England. I just hope Australia win this game. Junior, we gone and we are the family.
All